Hi, my name's Anna. I'm a university student from Canada, and I'm super excited to be here with you today to talk about periods. So, we are going to be going over two main questions. One, what is a period? And two, what's some of the science behind what actually goes on inside your body during your period? So, periods often get a really bad reputation, and it's true that they're not that much fun. But it's important to remember that they are a completely normal process that people all over the world go through all the time. It's really helpful to understand what's actually going on inside your body on your period, so you have a bit of an explanation for some of the things you're feeling and experiencing when you're on your period. It's also helpful to understand some of the things your body is capable of, like how it's able to create an environment that helps a baby grow and develop. Okay, so what is a period? Usually between the age of 10 and 15, a girl starts to bleed out of her vagina once a month, but at the beginning it can be less regular. This is also called menstruation, and we often refer to the whole process that your body goes through as the menstrual cycle. This bleeding usually lasts 3 to 8 days, with the heaviest bleeding happening in the first 2 days. It can feel like your body is losing a lot of blood, but don't worry, it's usually only 2 to 3 tablespoons, but it can feel like a lot more because your body is also secreting other substances during this time. Before your period, you might feel really tired, sad, grumpy, and you also might be experiencing things like bloating, gassiness, and your breasts might feel tender or sore. These symptoms are part of something called premenstrual syndrome, or PMS, and let you know that your period might be on its way. So why does this happen? Every month, your period is kicked off by something called hormones. Hormones are kind of like messages or signals that your body uses to communicate with itself. So your brain might use it to communicate with your stomach, or we're going to talk about how certain parts of your reproductive system use it to communicate with other parts of your reproductive system. So these chemicals tend to start up different processes and functions like digestion or growth and much more. So we're going to be dealing with 3 main hormones. 1, follicle stimulating hormone, or FSH. 2, luteinizing hormone, or LH. And 3, estrogen. So we know that hormones are chemicals that are kind of used as messages and start up different processes, make stuff happen. So what do these 3 hormones do? To explain this, we need to take a look at the female reproductive system. All right, so let's take a look at the female reproductive system. There's a lot of different parts of this system, so let's just point out some of the main ones. On the sides, you can see that you have 2 ovaries. These ovaries contain eggs. The ovaries are connected to the uterus by fallopian tubes. You also have 2 of those. And in the middle, you have your uterus. I've pointed out the uterine cavity here, which is where a baby would grow. The uterus is connected to the vagina by the cervix, which is sort of like a gateway. And there at the bottom, you can see the vagina. Every month, your pituitary gland, which is in your brain, sends a hormone message to your ovaries, telling them to get an egg ready. Later on, the brain also sends out luteinizing hormone, as well as more follicle stimulating hormone, and these messages tell the ovary to release the egg. The egg then travels down the fallopian tube into the uterus. These eggs contain all of the genetic information that makes you, you, like the color of your eyes, things about your personality, basically all of the information that was used to create you when you were being born. In some cases, there's a sperm there to meet the egg, and it also contains all of the genetic information about its host. If it fertilizes the egg, it could mix your genetic information, and this fertilized egg could go into the uterus and become a baby. Because your body understands that you could be having a baby, the ovaries send a hormone message to your uterus. This message is estrogen, and it tells your uterus that company is coming and it needs to get ready. In response, your uterus starts preparing for all of the things that a baby might need to grow and develop. The lining of the uterus, also called the endometrium, fills up with blood and nutrients that help a baby grow and develop. However, if the egg gets there and isn't fertilized, your body has to figure out a way to get rid of all the blood and nutrients that it built up. Because of this, the walls of the uterus will contract to shed the thick lining, resulting in bleeding through the vagina and sometimes painful cramps. I hope today you learned a little bit about periods and have a better understanding of what's actually going on in your body when you go through your period. Like I said at the beginning, periods are not that much fun, but they are completely normal. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.